I'll be honest. If David Arquette was here, I would come wrestle him in your yard, Ryan.
He would probably show up.
I do not want to take the bumps that David Arquette takes.
No, yeah,
he's not even a little bit.
Those
I
fucking
want
light
zero
bulbs.
light tubes.
I could get more people in my backyard to watch a wrestling match between Bill and David Arquette
There
than
was-
the people at this show.
There was
absolutely
literally
true.
the
100%.
only people who were wrestling.
Right.
Those were
I
their
feel like
friends.
there are
Yeah.
enough people that you could say, like, hey, Bill's going to actually try to wrestle someone, and that would be enough. Be like, yeah, I want to see him get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's enough people.
Hello and welcome to episode number 343 of the Nation Conversation. I am your host Ryan, and I'm here with the man of 1,000 Budweisers, Wally Foley.
That's 60 right now.
60 Budweisers.
Currently 60 out of 64
That-
medals.
So far. So we got to
So-
catch up still.
Yeah,
I'm
last
al-
week.
I'm always pretty
2
close.
weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks since we did this show.
Correct.
We made the call that you were going to drink a beer for every medal. And we're at 64 medals, and you've had 60 beers.
Yes. And this is
And they're-
Budweiser, not Bud Light.
And a true American
Bud
beer.
Heavy.
Bud Heavy.
And I've been making sure to find the cans that have, the stars and stripes on them.
This is.
Like a real
I like how you've committed yourself to this. You really have committed yourself.
There was at one point I was up to like averaging 8 beers a day. So I always get very close. Like
That's not too crazy on the weekend.
yeah, I'm always like 1 beer away, and then I'll fall asleep, and then I wake up and there's another 7 more to drink. So
Oh my god. We have another week to go. on this?
the 16th is closing.
Oh, wow.
Closing ceremonies.
Yeah.
That's a lot longer.
I
than
mean, it
thought. I
slows
thought it was
down at the end. There's
Oh,
not as many
yeah.
medals.
I thought it was the 8th that it ended. Wow. So you have a long way to go.
There was one day I got lucky. I went to bed. I was down by 1, and I woke up and I was only down by like 3, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can relax today."
Oh, we have to have 3 beers. And I'm also here with Bill Cashin. What's up?
Oh, hi.
Yeah. You're watching the track and field right now.
Yeah, this is the 400 meters, which when I ran track for 2 years in high school,
You ran 400?
400 relay was my favorite.
400 relay?
What was your favorite?
My favorite. I
That-
wasn't great at it, but it was my favorite.
That is a big surprise because the 400 is one of the hardest races.
Oh, I didn't say I was good at it,
Oh, okay.
but it was my favorite one to run.
When I was a coach, it was like pulling teeth trying to find 4 runners to make them run in this event just so I could make
Really?
sure that we would get 2 points.
Is that why they put all the fat guys in the one year?
No, that was a 4x1,
Or was
wasn't
that
it?
a
The
was
fat
that-
guy 4x1?
Yeah.
They did that a couple times, and then
Yeah.
they also did that. All the fat guys are in the 800 today.
Yeah, they did that one
Or
time.
no, I don't think it was the 800. I think it was all the fat guys are in the 3200 or whatever,
What
like
was
the
the-
longest one.
What was that woman's name who was the coach that year?
Princess Nazi?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was. that's
I don't know what her
that's
actual
she
name
was
was.
called. That's what she was called.
Princess.
Who actually was a good coach. He just was also
Like a hard
a
ass.
not nice person.
Yeah.
Hard
That
ass.
was the year before I
That was
started
our
running with you
sophomore
guys.
year.
Yeah.
We had a week off, which was a hell of a time. To
Yeah, we
pick
gotta
a
jump
week.
right in
we
here.
got destroyed with news.
Yeah.
Big news.
Big news. Let's start right at the top here. Wally, what happened to the women's soccer team?
Yeah, let's
and
start
why
there.
are they terrible?
What the hell, Wally?
It looked more like play style. Like the way they were set up to play just wasn't the way that they're normally.
I'm hearing
They normally
word of the
play?
street is it's the end of an era.
I kind of hope so.
The end
It
of
would-
whose era?
It would be
Of
nice
the
to.
U.S. soccer team being the dominant team.
I mean,
Oh.
there's been times like we were obviously one of the best teams when women's soccer first got their World Cup, and then after the '99 Olympics, that middle like 2000 until
Post me him.
until 11, yeah, we didn't really do much in the World Cup, and then 2011 we lost to Japan in the gold in the the final of the World Cup that year, and that was kind of like, oh, we're back in a big way. I mean, we've always been one of the top 2-3 teams in the league.
That's the thing. We are still
world
going for a bronze medal.
Exactly.
Right.
And even so, it's the Olympics. Nobody ever really takes the Olympics as seriously as the World Cup. So maybe they're
Also-
just not up to it. But it did seem like Vlaco got a lot wrong in just like the preparation.
Sub question,
I
maybe
miss
larger question.
Jill.
Yeah, Jill was very good. Why is American athletics in general just not as dominant at things they're supposed to be?
I don't
We're
know.
not good at women's gymnastics anymore. I mean, we're still good, but not as
The
dominant.
team gets silver, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we got gold
We got
in some
all-
of the events.
Individual all around gold.
Yep.
I mean, that's
But
the
we only
that's
got
the important
bronze and the silver also.
in the
some
individual
of the
events.
individuals,
Yeah.
The men's basketball team is garbage.
Yeah.
Not entirely, because it's not over yet. They're
Yeah,
still
but
in it.
they're going to lose
They're
to
still in it.
Spain. Ricky Rubio is going to dominate.
Ricky Rubio.
There's
Our
other.
team.
Isn't there
Is
other?
he still playing?
Rubio's in the league. Yeah.
I think he's still back in Minnesota. Maybe
He's not.
boy.
He was offered up for a trade recently.
Swimming, we're still doing good in.
We kick ass at swimming.
But
Yeah.
the one some of them, but we're losing to Australia in the short sprints for the women.
Yeah.
Ledecky didn't win as much this year.
She looked like she was like when I watched her 200-meter final race. It definitely looked like she was just more used to longer distance races. So it's it's harder to go.
She
from
lost
that.
the 1 and the 2, and she won the 8 and the 15 or whatever.
and,
yeah.
and the 4 I think as well. But
And then there was a couple of things that they were saying, like in men's swimming, the U.S. has won the last 4 times, and we lost.
well, Caleb Dressel has 4 gold medals just by himself
Yeah,
in swimming. Well,
I think it's
part
the,
of two relays.
the
and then
butterfly maybe.
butterfly
which
and 50
Was
meter
Murphy?
freestyle.
He didn't do. Yeah,
And 100-meter freestyle. So he has 5 medals actually.
wow.
And our track team, we lost to an Italian guy
In what?
in the fastest man in the world.
In the 100?
Yeah. Granted, he was born in Texas, and he's this big giant Texan who now.
We got second in that. We got silver
Yes.
in that though. Yeah.
And then we lost the 100-meter women's
surprising.
hurdles to a Puerto Rican woman who actually is also from America. But
So people are just
They're just
going
not
to other
playing.
I think
countries?
the Italian dude
Playing.
moved there as a baby,
Oh, okay.
but he was born here,
yeah.
and he looks like he's a big American runner.
All right. Well, the women's team sucks. Disband it.
Yep, disband women's soccer.
Jesus Christ.
They're actually my favorite team to watch.
Losing to the greatest goal scorer in all of international soccer history,
Did she score the goal?
Christine Sinclair.
It's Canada.
I don't
She
know.
did
I
not.
didn't watch the
We
game.
should never lose
Pretty
to
sure she
Canada,
did.
even though I love
Who's-
Canada.
It's
who-
Canada. Yeah, we should never lose Canada anything except hockey.
I think Megan Rapinoe said she
Or
has
lacrosse.
never lost to Canada. So
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of
Wow.
oh boy. But
Now you
who
have.
scored?
Didn't they decide this was the game to sit Carly Lloyd too? Didn't she?
She was
Get
her
benched.
and Alex
Does
were
often sit, though.
her and Alex were going back and forth between starting.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But the way they've been playing, they've been going direct so much instead of just building up possession and then getting into the. It's just been too direct. I know they like to do that, but
We need
they're
Jill and Bob
they're
back,
so
let's
good
be
at
honest.
they're so good at building up through possession. It's just why wouldn't you try that more often? But
You know what? I think I have the answer. I think you would do too.
I think I know who it is.
Jill Ellis comes back.
No.
Even better.
We got somebody coming out of the stands to really help out here.
Oh dear Lord.
Jurgen Klinsmann.
We need Jurgen
He's back, baby. Bring him
Put
back.
Put him out there. Let
He-
Bob coach whatever.
Yeah.
He can be assistant.
Yeah. Bring him out
Jurgen
there.
would. You let Jurgen head coach both teams.
Right.
The men's
It's not too
men just won the UEFA or the CONCACAF Nations League and the Gold Cup. They got they won both of those competitions, beating Mexico in the final.
Yeah.
The men are
That's
okay.
what we're supposed to do.
The
That's
men are
because
okay.
How are we doing in the
Jurgen-
Olympics
Which
this
is
year?
surprising because they're not in the Olympics
not.
because that's the under 23 team which
Yeah, are
failed
we
to.
supposed to be getting better? Our youth.
You know what? It's the veterans that Jurgen Klinsmann brought through. That's the thing.
Oh, it's
Yep.
not. Oh God. Okay, we need to start talking about wrestling to get this fucking show over. Put that.
Wow, we need to start talking about wrestling.
Oh, there's a clip for you. That's going in the open.
God.
That's going in the open. When we were off, a lot of things happened. So many things happened. I think it was like 2 days after we were like, oh, we're off. Daniel Bryan's news started trickling out.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Daniel Bryan's close to a contract. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's like Daniel Bryan's close to an AEW contract. Like, what? What? Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I expected, like, I'm done, or, like, I'll pop in Mexico for a couple guys, and then I'm out of here. Like, I'm not going to actually sign, like, a long-term contract with somebody.
Do we know? Did he sign?
We have no idea if it's 100% true. Everybody reporting it says it's true.
Because I've seen things about him and Punk, but I can't tell if anything's actually a report or not.
It's not.
Sasha, I haven't
like,
looked that much.
It's not like from it's not from AEW. It's from, like, Meltzer. So most of the time, I think Meltzer's pretty accurate. And
Often.
Sean Ross Sapp also said so. So
then it's a done deal?
That it's done. It's all wrapped up, and then he's coming in for All Out.
Which is when?
September 1st?
Oh, because they had to move the PWG show.
It's Labor Day weekend, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so then it'll be like the 7th or whatever.
So it's not far away. It's like less than a month, or about a month away. Maybe exactly a month away. But Daniel Bryan apparently signed, sealed, delivered.
Damn.
Into AW.
That's big.
There are some matches I would enjoy. If he has to start a feud with Cody, I'll be annoyed.
Well, I'm sure he will.
Didn't we already decide that you have to fight Cody
he's the gatekeeper.
Yeah, in order to be part of the
Yeah,
AEW?
you have to beat him first before you can join. He's like, what's that Mortal Kombat dude you have to beat to get to the last level?
Goro?
Yeah, you got to beat
Oh,
Goro.
Goro,
He's like
yeah.
Goro.
But Goro's the first character you face.
Well, yeah, I guess. Right. You don't face Goro first. So that doesn't work at all.
No.
Daniel Bryan signed. And, like, I think it was like 24 hours later. Then it's like, oh, CM Punk is also signed to AEW.
Oh, he actually signed.
That's what they say.
Again, is that...
I thought
They
there was
said
just rumors about that.
Again, Meltzer and
I
Sean
saw the
Ross
thing
Sapp.
about, like, they were posting the Chicago things, both, like, AEW and him were posting the Bulls music or whatever.
Yeah, he put up some cryptic shit, which is not abnormal, because he
Right.
puts up cryptic shit all the time.
Yeah.
But this past Dynamite, there were 2 or 3 references to him. One, Darby Allin called him out. Well, said, if you're the best in the world, then why don't you come and face me?
Okay.
Did he call him out? Like, so that's calling
did
him
not
out
say
by
CM
name.
Punk.
He didn't. Okay.
He said
You're the
his
best.
catchphrase, basically. And then
But that's calling him out.
MJF
Ooh.
came out. He's been doing this I love this labors of Jericho
I'm very
Jericho
confused
thing.
by this. I'm very confused.
You want me to explain it to you?
It sounds
So
like
he
the
said-
labors of Hercules.
It is.
Kind of
That's
thing.
exactly what it is.
Okay.
But
He said-
why does he get to pick on Jericho?
He said, I'm not going to have a match with you, Jericho, one-on-one, unless you complete, you agree to do these labors, which is exactly what he did to Cody like a few years ago.
Right.
Where he was like, you got to complete these 3 tasks, which was him whipping him or
Right.
something else, and then he had to win a cage match against Wardlow to get the match against MJF. So it's basically the exact same
And Jericho's
thing.
are what?
That's Batista, right? Right there.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
It was
So Jericho's, is it 4 labors of Hercules or
no,
5?
there's a lot.
I'm not sure if they're doing 4 or 5. But the first one was he had to beat somebody. I forget who. In a standard match. The second one was he had to have this match against Nick Gage. I'm
And it
pretty
was
sure.
a Nick Gage match.
A
right?
death match against Nick Gage. And the third
Did
one...
he have to win or just do them?
He has to win them all. And
12
the
labors of Hercules.
The third one is
Apparently we're doing 5 of Jericho.
he has to fight Juventud Guerrera.
And he has to go
And
off the
has
top
to
rope.
win via a top rope move.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying this very much. But anyway, so when MJF came out to give the Juventud Guerrera labor, he said almost exactly what Punk said when he did the pipe bomb.
Oh.
He said, Jericho, while you lay there, hopefully as uncomfortable as you can be, or something like that. It was literally exactly like Punk's
Pipe bomb.
pipe bomb. He didn't sit down, but he said the first part of it. So CM Punk to AEW confirmed. And apparently he's going to be at people think he's going to be at Rampage, which is now sold out at the United Center. So they're doing this Friday show now. The second show is coming on in a couple weeks, Rampage.
Okay.
And one of the Rampages will be at the United Center.
Oh, Pinnacle Sean Spears. That's why you couldn't remember the first labor.
Oh,
Face
yeah.
Jericho,
yeah,
and a
just beat
Chairman Spears gets to legally use a chair.
He
but
can use
Jericho cannot.
Yeah, he could use a chair, but Jericho couldn't. I love. It's a good stipulation, but yeah, you knew Spears was going to lose that.
Yeah, of course.
So Rampage
Anyway,
is a full-on second show then.
Yeah, it's an hour. So CM Punk is probably going to be at the United Center Rampage. And I don't know. I assume he will wrestle.
Are they traveling
I would
for
think
this?
so.
Yes.
They're traveling all
It's
over.
in Chicago, and they were just in Charlotte.
Okay.
So they are traveling.
And are they still planning to do like the ones up around here? Rochester.
As far as I know, they're still on the list. They're still on the list, but so quite a spending spree here from Tony.
Yeah, apparently.
Do you want to see? I'm assuming that both of them have the ability to go to Japan.
I would love to see.
I'm assuming both of them will
If I don't
eventually
know
go
if
to Japan.
Japan's going to let anybody in right now.
Does CM Punk?
Sure.
You really think CM Punk would?
Yeah, because during the pipe bomb many years ago, what is that? 10 years ago now?
Mhm.
He said, "I'll go defend this belt in New Japan Pro Wrestling." On Raw.
I would
He
love to
said
see
that.
Daniel Bryan
Oh,
show
it
up in
wouldn't
the
be
G1. Although they've already announced the G1, haven't they? Or they
He's not going to be in this year's G1.
That's also 10 years of not wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he only hasn't wrestled for what? 6?
A lot.
It's been a while.
And he's what, like 40 now?
It's been a while. Yeah, he's over 40.
Been a while.
He's over
God,
40.
why?
It must be said.
It must be said.
It's like, what was that, poker? I can't remember. It must be said. What was that?
Oh, and then there were 3.
And then there were 3. It must be said. Every time
It's the
we
thing
play
that Tim
poker.
Reed would say. If you can believe Tim Reed has certain things that he has to say, if
That
that
is
situation.
so surprising. I have
Yes.
no idea what you're talking
Yeah,
about there.
really? Really?
Gold! Mine is a terrible thing to waste.
Oh, my God.
Fucking every time.
Cerdos, oink, oink.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
So that happened. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. Matt Cardona, a.k.a. the former Zack Ryder,
Yeah.
had his match against Nick Gage.
That was
Boo.
good. I'm
Okay.
a huge Matt Cardona fan right now.
Okay, yep, that's fine, but fuck Nick Gage.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
I adored everything that he did to set in this match. I thought it was
Yeah, I like how
awesome.
much people were legitimately mad at him.
They were so mad at him, and some of the things that he did were so well done. First of all, he wore all white in a
Perfect.
death match.
Yep, perfect.
So of course he got soaked in blood, and
he turned red.
He turned red, so that was good. He did a bunch of. He came out to Zack Ryder's music, the Zack Ryder music. He said, "I hope everybody in the GCW universe out there." Called them the fans, the GCW universe.
All right.
He said things like, "I'm here to sports entertain, not pro wrestle."
Perfect.
He said,
boy.
"You're going to be happy with me as champion because I'll be a champion with teeth."
See?
Things like
Perfect.
this.
Yep.
Wow, I love him.
All kinds of these things. And then even like subtle little things. So in the match, there's of course light tubes.
Yep.
Oh,
There's
Jesus.
pizza cutters, which
The
is Nick
fuck?
Gage's thing.
They gotta stop doing that.
Pizza
cutters
cutters.
too much. I like the Domino's part of it, but the pizza cutters.
So yeah, we'll get into Domino's in 1 second.
Right.
So he has this match, right? He's never been in a death match. He grabs a light tube and like daintily broke it over. It was awesome. The way the first light tube shot was like he just like
Tapped
very
him.
like tapped it on his head, and everyone booed because it was like, "What the fuck, man? Why you hit him like that?" It's like,
Did it
"What?"
still break?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
okay.
because it's just a light tube. So they had a death match. He went through a pane of glass and cut the fuck out of his back.
Oof.
and that gushed blood all over his white clothes.
I didn't see it. I just saw him covered in blood.
He was literally covered
Like
head
he
to
was
toe in
Ric
blood.
Flair Crimson Mask,
Yep.
but his
Oh,
whole
wow.
body. His whole
he
body.
got,
not
he
just his
got
head.
pizza cuttered. Then a bunch of I watched the match. A bunch of shenanigans, GCW shenanigans happened
Sure.
with all their people. And then he hit his move and won. And then basically a riot broke out. Everybody started throwing their bottles, throwing shit at him in the ring
Why?
because they were pissed that he legitimately pissed that
Because
he
they're
won.
basically
People-
Philadelphia fans.
People in the
Essentially is what
crowd
they are.
had his action figure on fake nooses that they were holding up.
Yeah. Because these
Things
are the
like
type of
that.
people that Ryan and Mike like to say they are friends like GCW pals with.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was pals with any GCW people, but
Ghost Mike is definitely friends
Ghost
with
Mike
all
was
that.
definitely friends.
Ghost Mike was in
How do
the
you feel
crowd,
about the
actually.
OG, whatever his name is.
Who?
You. How do you feel about the OG Gill or
Oh,
whatever?
I don't like Kevin Gill.
Okay, good, because he's awful.
Ghost Mike in the
So they
crowd
s-
holding one of those nooses.
Maybe. They started throwing bottles and cans at him. Then people slowed down the footage and like took screenshots of it. People were throwing pizza cutters at this man.
Jesus.
Throwing
Why?
pizza cutters.
Why do they have pizza cutters in the crowd?
They had pizza cutters and they were throwing them at
Because
him.
these are wrestling fans.
Thankfully, none hit him. And then
Jesus Christ.
I'm a big fan of his podcast, Major Wrestling Figure
Yes.
Podcast. So he sort of detailed what happened, and he's like, I won the title. They have a sponsorship with PBR, so he's like, I wanted to drink a PBR and do like the clink in the ring with a PBR for the sponsorship. But so many people were throwing so much shit at me that I left the ring. The head of GCW, whoever he is, grabbed him and went, let's get the fuck out of here before somebody hurts you.
Jesus.
And they took him out like a secret exit because people were so pissed, and they like got him to his car, waited forever to leave, brought him back in, and he's like, you never believe this, but there's no medical staff behind the scenes at GCW. And he goes,
Nah, I would never believe it.
he goes, my back was fucked up, and some lady put some stitches in me and did not put nearly enough in there because he went to a hotel room and slept, and then he put a picture of it online,
Yeah, that
and
was
it's
disgusting.
covered in blood. Because,
Why did he not go to a hospital?
Because I think he was going somewhere the next morning, so he didn't feel like he should go to the hospital. I don't know. He didn't go to the hospital, though.
Poor decision there.
Yep.
Poor decision.
And then he took a picture of his gear, and it's literally like stained red. Bright white gear stained red. So, quite a moment. We'll see what happens next time he has to. He's now the champion.
Yeah,
of
good.
Thank God.
GCW.
He's the best champion they've ever had.
Fuck Nick Gage.
And then Nick Gage's very good week. Well, I guess bad because he lost the title, but he showed up on AEW Dynamite
Yeah.
and fought Jericho for
Fucking-
labor number 3 or
Hopefully
2.
Jericho kicked him in the dick.
And Jericho got pizza cuttered.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And all the stabbings with the light tubes and whatnot. And he won the match, of course. Jericho beat Nick Gage. But Nick Gage being on Dynamite.
That's not wrestling.
Which
Like-
AEW like
It
the-
is. It's
will
part
do
of it.
things like that make me think like this is good. I should actually give it a
And
watch.
then
And then they
this.
bring out Nick Gage to cut Jericho's face with a pizza cutter, and I'm like, well, no, I don't ever need to watch it ever.
Well,
That is not wrestling.
apparently you are
Cutting people with light tubes, almost choking, or yeah, pizza cutters to the face. No, that's not fucking wrestling.
Well, anyway, Dominos agrees with you.
Yep.
They were not happy.
Well, did you actually see the clip?
No, I didn't see it.
It went pizza
Like-
cutter cut away
To
to
Domino's.
Domino's, and a dude cutting a pizza with a pizza cutter. Like you couldn't have tried to make it that quick.
Well, so they're mad.
Was it that Shaq commercial too?
I don't think-
No, that's Papa John's.
No, he's
That's
Papa
Papa
John's.
John's. Yeah.
Fuck Papa John's.
Papa John's pizza is not good.
It's not good.
No.
The only thing I ever liked about Papa John's is that you get that little peppercini thing with it.
Oh, I do like that. And a little dipping sauce is good too.
Yeah, it's all right.
So I guess I do like Papa
but
John's.
Papa
more
John's
than I
sucks.
Anyway, so Domino's said they're going to pull out of AEW. And there seemed to be they were a little upset. Like everybody at Turner was like, oh boy, that's not good.
Yeah.
And then I thought this was funny.
Pizza cutter
Speaking of
24.
PBR has spent the last week just trolling Domino's
Which
on
is
Twitter.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
And they're like, if you're to literally PBR account was like, I'm on the phone with Warner Media right now, setting up a sponsorship for AEW. Fuck you, Dominos, basically. So there's a war going on between PBR and Dominos over wrestling.
I don't
which is great.
especially love either one of those. At 2 in the morning, I'll gladly take either one of those.
That is an accurate statement.
They're
But
like
if I had
that.
to pick one or the other, I'd probably go with
So
PBR.
they're like the drunk chick at the club with the lights off,
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
if you will.
Both of them,
That
yep.
kind of
Yep.
analogy.
You want to be
so
sexist? Sure, yeah.
what? I didn't say there was anything wrong with that. Anyway, so I thinking, you know what? I'm on vacation. All this shit happened. Wow, that was incredible.
Jesus Christ! Like, how did they do that?
That was
You can do a backflip.
I can
not
do one
that
backflip,
many.
and it takes me like 5 minutes to actually do it.
She's about to do another. If I did one backflip and landed, I'd be dead. I'd probably have to go to the hospital. Just from loss of wind. Anyway, so I thought, okay, it can't get any worse. You know, we've got CM Punk's return to wrestling. We have Nick Gage. We've got Daniel Bryan. We have all this shit. And yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? It was
Yeah.
yesterday. Bray Wyatt was released by WWE. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Bray
That's-
Wyatt released. It
That
makes
is-
no sense. Other than they couldn't figure out how to portray the character, I guess.
Clearly.
So
But
cut the cord, I guess, is the thought.
I
There?
still
so you get rid of the wrestler who's been trying to make this shitty gimmick work forever, instead
Right.
of getting rid of the writers who wrote the fucking gimmick.
No, he came up with all this stuff.
He
Like,
came up with this.
everything.
All right,
Apparently,
then. All right, sorry.
they booked it. They booked it badly, but he came up with the concepts of like, I'm this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have
Okay.
the puppets.
Yeah, but it always
You know.
like when it first started as a swamp, like,
Right. The
Great.
cult leader swamp
and
guy.
then it got
Yeah.
weird, and they had the dumb matches. So then they rebranded as like the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
At
Right.
first, great.
Right.
Oh look, he's doing something good again.
Right.
And then they ruined that too.
They ruined his ideas.
I would say there is minimum 75% chance that within whenever his contract or whatever, however long he's got to wait,
It's 90 days.
Probably.
Michael Wall Street comes out on AEW
Oh,
to introduce his sons, the Wall Street brothers,
the Wall Street Brothers.
as the new.
Gordon and Gecko.
Oh my God.
What are their real names?
I have no
Do you
idea.
have any idea what Bo Dallas-
Wyndham Rotunda is Bray Wyatt's real name.
Wyndham Rotunda is his real God-given name.
I believe so.
Maybe. And
Wyndham.
so
Barry
Wyndham
Wyndham is his
is his godfather or something.
But that's a
father-in-law. I
last
think.
name.
father-in-law.
That's not a first name.
Fan-
That's a last name.
I don't know because the Wyndham
Hotel
part of the name
group
was gone.
I mean, that's what
Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Wyndham is his name.
So Wyndham Wall Street. Actually, that kind of works.
Yeah,
I like
that's not
that.
bad.
And then with
I mean,
Bo
I hate
Dallas.
that gimmick. No, the name sounds fun.
Taylor and Wyndham Wall Street,
Taylor Wall Street,
and they're going to jump right into the fray.
I think you have to do.
The
You
Young
think they have
Bucks
to
and
beat
the-
Cody?
They'll
Yeah.
have to beat Cody, and then they'll get in a
Okay.
three-way match against the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers.
You can do Gordon and Wyndham Wall Street because I feel like the Gordon Gecko and then Wyndham. That's Wyndham Wall Street. That sounds good together. But that's not a first name. That's not a real first name. You don't name your child that.
I mean,
What is
that's
wrong
his
with
name.
people?
What do you
Barry
want me to
Wyndham is
say?
an uncle.
But like,
His
oh,
uncle. Okay.
could have named him Barry after his uncle.
Barry.
Like, what the fuck?
Imagine being named Barry
Yeah,
in
Mike Rotunda's his
2021.
brother-in-law, so he must be married to.
Do you know
Rotunda's
any
brother.
Barrys?
I had an Uncle Barry.
Barry.
Yeah, I mean like a contemporary Barry,
No,
like a Barry in his 30s.
no, absolutely not.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Absolutely
Uncle
not.
Barry would be
No.
in his 60s.
Yeah, I mean that
I
makes
don't
sense.
like. What's the long version of Barry?
Barreled.
Bartholomew. Bartholomew, right?
Barnabas?
Barnabas.
No, that's Barney then, right?
Bart.
Bartholomew, Bart, Barry.
Still don't know
Yeah.
any of those names in 30s. Never met a Barry.
Barry. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
so-
that's an old man name like mine.
Bray Wyatt is gone, which is unbelievable.
I do
so
know another
bizarre.
Wally, though. Another Walter.
How
You
old
know
is
another Walter?
Like
in
3?
in
He's 3?
Walter Booty. How old is he?
oh right, Walter Booty.
Oh, that
Right.
poor child.
Walter Booty.
That poor child.
What do you
I hope they go by his middle name. Like call him by his middle name.
Booty.
Oh yes, Walter Booty Booty.
Walter Booty
Walter Booty LeBounty.
Walter Booty Booty Lebowski.
Booty Booty.
Middle name Big Booty Booty.
It's two. He has two middle names. Booty Booty.
Because he's the second.
He doesn't have the same name, but he's the second, and he also has it twice in his middle name because he's the second.
This checks out.
Yep, absolutely. So Bray is gone. Now the entire Wyatt family is gone.
Do we have regular listeners still? Because our ridiculous
What, Booty Booty? Write in and let us know. Write by mail, though. We'll know.
Do we still have our email address?
nationofconversation@gmail.com.
And our newsletter?
Yes. We mail it out. We handwrite it in crayon, and then we mail it to the 3 people that listen to the show. No.
2 of which just download and skip to the end.
You 2 guys. Bray
No,
Wyatt,
I listen.
Braun Strongman,
Yep.
Eric Rowan, and of course Luke Harper left before he passed away. So every single member of the Wyatt family out of here.
Wait. Braun Strowman, you said?
Also
Yeah,
released months ago.
A couple months ago.
How did I miss that?
Well, you were here, I think, when we talked about it.
Pretty
but
sure.
He's out of there.
Yeah. I don't care.
And today, the hits keep on coming. Adam Cole reportedly will become a free agent in 2 weeks.
I imagine he'll be back, though, because I imagine they will say, like, Hunter will say to him, whatever you want to do. You tell us, Adam.
In 2 weeks, he becomes a free agent.
They
After SummerSlam.
because they already did a short-term extension, correct? That was
He did an extension to finish out his storyline.
Okay. Do you think there's a possibility
I
that
think there's a very high possibility he doesn't come back.
I think
that he
there's
doesn't
a very
come
high
back?
possibility
Yes.
he does, because he gets to do whatever he wants to do.
But see,
But does he?
I
And
don't
has
think
he done it all?
WWE's going to let him do that.
I think they're going to tell him he can, and then they're
And
going to
then-
call him up, and he's going to do nothing.
Yeah.
Vince will take one look at him on the main roster and go, nope,
You're too short.
nope, put him on 305,
You're too short,
or
you're
put him on
fat.
205 Live. He was pretty fat.
Excalibur used to call him fat.
Yeah, he's not actually.
Chuck
fat.
Taylor would
Chuck
Taylor.
and Excalibur.
when he would be like, I don't know how he fit through the ropes on that guy.
Yeah, when he did a Tope Suicida. How do you fit through the middle ropes like that? Yeah, so I think there's a high possibility that he's out of there. Think about it. He's best friends with the Bucks. Still.
Is he?
Yep. And Britt is there.
Is
That's
he
true.
dating her?
His girlfriend,
Oh.
Britt, is also there.
I don't know. I just feel like
Dentist
he's
Britt
been
Baker?
such a
Yes,
big part
that's his
of
girlfriend.
NXT. They're going to say, like, what do you want to do?
Back up the Brinks.
And then, and then he'll sign it, and then like, oh, we're going to call you up.
Yeah.
And Vince is going to go, oh, put him on 205 Live and bury him there.
Yeah.
The only way that doesn't happen is if he really fights for in his contract that he says
NXT only.
NXT only, and then I don't think it happens.
I think that's the holdup here. I think he wants NXT forever, and they're
Yeah,
not
and they're
giving
not
it to
going to
him.
give it to him. Yeah.
They're not giving it to him. Apparently, also, why not? Ric Flair released today.
Yeah. Just today, right?
He wanted to get out. He wanted to be
See,
released.
you guys used to think I was joking when I said they're going to reform the
WCW.
Four Horsemen.
Just WCW in general, not
Well,
even for us.
yeah, they are also doing that.
Yeah, well, Flair is...
They've got
Mark
how
it
many of
down.
them now?
Flair will definitely be there.
How many will they have with
They have-
Flair?
They
Flair,
have Arn
Arn,
and Tully.
Tully, so
and
they have
then
3.
So
Flair.
they're just looking for Dean Malenko? Is that the
Dean is there. I mean, they could put Dean there. Dean's a coach. or
Okay.
whatever.
So they got
Who else is still
Benoit
alive
was
from this?
Benoit was one.
Yep.
Mongo
Mongo.
McMichael was another.
Jesus.
Mr. Perfect.
Barry Windham.
Is he still alive?
I'm pretty sure Barry Windham is still alive.
So they got...
Uh,
what's he doing?
Ask
Bring
his
him
nephew,
in, and that's
Wyndham
it.
Wall Street.
I'm guessing he's still around.
Yes, Barry
You're
Windham.
talking about
He's around and he's only 61. He will be there.
JJ
Jesus
Dillon,
Christ.
who was there already
JJ
as
Dillon.
their manager.
That one I haven't heard of.
He was their manager. And then
But that-
Ole Anderson, who will never go
Oh, right, holy.
there. Ole.
Ole.
Psycho Sid, you can put him in there.
Psycho Sid was in the Four Horsemen?
Yep. Sting, for like a hot minute, was in the Four Horsemen and then got kicked out.
Don't remember
Narcissist
that
is
at
still
Dummy.
alive, right?
Lex Luger, yep, you can put him in there.
So they're definitely going to do this.
It's gonna
And then
happen.
Cody is going to have to fight against them because his dad.
I didn't realize that there was that many Four Horsemen.
Oh, they kept recycling them. 'cause
Yeah.
the
I
rest
thought
of-
it was only like a total of like maybe 7 guys happened to be in the Four Horsemen.
No,
at
it's a
various
lot.
points.
It's a lot. It's probably like
Damn.
15.
Holy shit.
It's a lot of guys. So yeah, Ric Flair's out. Unfortunately, the thing I've been enjoying on AEW, the Hangman Page title redemption story is apparently off now because of Bryan and Punk.
Oh.
He's been pushed all the way down to the bottom of the card,
That sucks.
which
It does
kind of
suck.
sucks. I'm a little annoyed by that. Like,
I
just,
still-
just let him have that match. Have him win. Jesus.
Yeah, that's fine. These guys don't need to fight for the title.
No, they don't at all. Ooh, she didn't land that one.
That's right. She's not American.
Okay.
Not? I mean, it's a very American-looking uniform.
They all kind of have like an
Unless,
American look.
do we have
don't
two
they?
of them going in this? But she's not one of ours.
In
This event.
no, maybe it's Great Britain then.
No, you know what? I think we
yeah.
do have two in it, but I don't think she's one of them.
She landed that. Best match ever of the week. Let's get the AEW trainer rolling. It was the Elite versus the Dark Order. Like I just said,
That could be
Hangman lost that match. The Dark Order came out as all Cowboys, which is really cool.
Oh, to like him?
Yep, to help
Wait,
him
is
out.
he in Dark Order now?
No, but they're buddies. So
Yeah.
they were 4 of them were in the match with him. I think it was a 5-person elimination match. And then the Elite came out as the Toon Squad, called the Elite Squad,
Oh,
God.
with basketballs
Yeah, you are supposed to hate this, though.
introduced as
yeah.
if they were a basketball team.
That's
They're
kinda
very
Came
good. They
down-
are good at making people hate them, even though I
And
do
then
love them.
Shot
So-
hoops and stuff, and had like warm-ups they
Great
tore
Britain.
off and everything. It was very very funny. So best match ever of the week.
Is that why Kenny was wearing shorts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, he wore shorts in the match.
And mutton chops.
And I don't think that has anything to do with
He's
Space Jam.
unrecognizable.
Speaking of Space Jam 2,
Bad.
by God, it sucks.
It's not good.
I
Not good.
I don't think I'm gonna ever watch it.
The best parts of it is when Don Cheadle is telling LeBron he's not as good as Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that was fun. And the part where he's like, well, to LeBron's fake kid, you never know, what are you going to do? He can leave anything. I mean, look at all the teams he's left before.
Did you see the graphic of the 2 Space Jam and Michael Jordan stats versus LeBron's stats in it?
No.
Michael's got like 10 for 10 shooting, 20-something points, 1 game-winning dunk, 0 rebounds, 0 assists.
Yeah.
And LeBron has 4 for 5 for shooting with like 12 points and 1 game-winning dunk and a bunch of rebounds and assists. I'm like, that's kind of funny. I like.
Very appropriate. They did not do a very good job. Anyway, Bill, it's time for a segment to be named later.
Yeah.
Do we have any segments
Just 2 quick
to name?
ones to get us back on our track as a sports podcast.
Oh, okay.
Are we making the turn?
Well, it's that or just David Arquette, whichever turn you want to take.
Just old David Arquette all the time.
I looked into Jamie Moyer, our friend.
Yes.
That we were talking about how old he was.
Yep.
6th round draft pick. What year?
1984.
That's sad that you know that. Yes,
Really?
1984.
I didn't know that. I
He
just
was,
guessed.
by the Cubs. He debuted in the majors in 1986. He is the only pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball, which has been around for well over 100 years now, to throw a shutout in 4 different decades.
Wow.
Jesus
80s, 90s,
That's impressive.
2000s, 2010s.
That's
impressive.
amazing.
Last pitch in the majors in 2012. Career, he's not in the Hall of Fame because his career stats are 269 wins, 209 losses. Career ERA 4.25.
Yeah.
So he just did it a lot.
A junk baller.
He was at the end of his career. He was throwing a fastball 80 miles an hour.
Well, whatever you just did, you deleted the entire document.
Did I really?
Hopefully I can undo that.
Yeah, just Control Z it.
Is it back?
There's a little button up top that, yep, there's also Control Z, but.
It's not back.
It's coming. It's coming.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
coming.
it's just way down there. You
There
must
you
have hit enter a bunch of times.
Okay.
One other
Good
one.
job, Bill. Good job.
Don't hit your computer again.
Chad Hutchinson, you had said was a baseball player, and that didn't seem right to me.
Chad Hutchinson,
The-
football player,
The
baseball
Cowboys
Cowboys,
quarterback.
one of the Cowboys quarterback.
Before he went to college, he was a first-round selection in the draft.
player? Yeah.
He then went to college, played 3 years, and dropped all the way to the second round of baseball.
That's about right.
So he played 4 years in the minors. He only made 3 relief appearances in the majors.
Ouch.
He went 0-0 with 2 strikeouts. Take a shot at a career ERA for this dude in his 3 appearances.
Give me a baker's dozen.
13?
Yeah.
A little bit higher than that.
I'll say 17.
24.75.
Ooh.
So he
Didn't-
tried football. And the Cowboys signed him because...
Of course.
But don't worry. When it didn't work with him, they also are the same team that tried to start Drew Henson and Brendan Whedon, two more baseball players that the Cowboys thought would save the franchise.
I do remember that.
No and no.
So
By the way,
for 3,
I actually
Jerry.
I listened to this last podcast, and when it came up to try to name all the Cowboys, still only got the 3.
No, my God.
So I could only remember the 3 that I got originally.
Wow.
Quincy, Prescott, and Romo. Those were the only 3
And
that I could remember.
I guess Aikman was technically one of them, too.
Oh, he didn't count. You said after Aikman retired.
Yeah, but he was still playing in 2000, I think I said. It was 2000 to now, and he was still playing.
I was shocked when I re-listened again that Andy Dalton played 8 games or whatever for them last year.
Yeah, because Prescott got hurt early. He got hurt in like the 5th.
That was
Don't worry.
his ankle turned
He's going to kick off
backwards.
the NFL season this year against Brady.
Yeah.
A
Good
matchup
luck
of
with
2
that.
players I don't care to watch.
Yeah.
I will not-
I don't think
will
I even
not-
want to watch
will
that
not be
game. I'm
watching
afraid
that
to
one.
watch that.
I'll pick it up on Sunday. All right, everybody's favorite new weekly segment. How much is this crap going for on eBay? Bill,
NW,
What is this?
Rick.
Bill, you made
I'm losing.
a grave error last time,
I did.
2 weeks ago, where you said this is what I should do, and then you did the opposite.
Yeah.
So Wally's ahead 4-3.
Yep.
So Bill, you have the opening bid. Or no,
No,
was
I
it
have-
Wally?
I
Wally
have-
has the opening bid. I'm sorry.
But what
This is a
this?
foam brick, WCW foam brick called a bash brick, which I have
Bash
no
at the
idea-
beach, I assume.
I assume was
yeah.
a part of
NWO.
was always called WCW NWO.
And this is
in,
what
in
they want.
So like,
storyline.
was Bash at the Beach still going on? at
Yeah,
that
oh
point?
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Do you have this pulled up?
I do.
You want to give us a brief description according
Yeah.
to what's listed?
Yep. Okay. Ready? This is not going to help. An item that has been used previously.
Yeah, that
Okay.
looks like that. Yep.
Brown brick. Not a real brick. Made from foam. Souvenir collectible. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
Really
Okay.
sold it.
If you look closely at this thing, it looks like it's a little torn. It's not in perfect foam
Yeah, the
condition.
one corner's got a
Corn is a little scrubbed up.
torn corn.
We got another cold metal, I think. So
Yeah,
you have
we
to
sure
drink
did.
a beer.
Jade Carey.
Yep. I imagine you already have her. This was this morning.
Yes,
It's
women's
happening,
floor. Yep. Actually, I'm drinking her beer right now.
Congratulations,
no,
Jade.
No, wait.
No,
Yep.
no.
No. Yeah. This is her beer right now.
61.
60.
Cheers.
Number 60.
Oh, we're still on 60. All right, foam brick. Wally.
Oh, this is 61. My bad. I already drank for you, Jade. Congratulations.
All right, foam brick. WCW
Oh,
brick.
Jesus.
What do we got for a dollar amount that this person is asking
This person
for?
is asking for $35.
Whatever you're about to. Yeah, no, $45.
$35.
Wally, you take a two
So if I said
game lead.
$36, I would have won.
Yes, you would have.
Haha, what was it?
39.88. Wally has now
88? He's asking for 88 cents?
Yes. 39.88. Wally now takes a commanding, 5-3 lead.
He's ripping himself off. This is worth at least $45.
Commanding 5-3 lead, Wally.
Oh, wow. I was thinking of going 25. Would you have gone
I
lower?
would have gone 45.
You still would have gone 45?
As soon as I saw it, I knew that was the price.
Well, maybe this guy needs to raise his amount. My God. All right, so WCW brick worth $39.88.
Ryan,
Wally.
you collect stuff. What would you pay for this brick?
You know, it's one of those things I would never buy it on eBay, but if I was like at a flea market and I was just like digging through stuff and like a crate had a WCW foam brick in it and they were like $5, I would buy it.
So is that your price then? $5?
Yeah. I don't know. Because one time I went and I have this now, but I wanted to buy this Andre the Giant glass mug thing.
Yes.
And the guy asked me for $40. And I was like, that's stupid. It's just a fucking McDonald's glass mug. It wasn't even as good as the one I have now. I'm like, nah. And I walked around the corner, and it was like those lines of like vendors.
Yep.
Went to the end of the row, turned around, went down the next one. I'm like, fuck it. I haven't
go
bought
back.
anything today. I'll just go back and buy it. So I went around the corner, and he's there. And I'm like, all right, never mind. I do want it. And he's like, sold it. I just walked around the corner. The fuck? It's like, you want the Big John Stud one? No, who wants that? Who the hell wants a Big John Stud mug? Yeah. Anyway,
Andre.
time
Yeah.
for the Jupiter's Legacy final episodes review. We're finally done with this shit.
Yes.
Jupiter's Legacy.
That is the correct name.
Episodes 7 and 8. Is it?
That's the correct name. Jupiter's Legacy. So episode 7 is called Omnes Pro Uno. And I will do the the present first. So during the present of this episode, the heroes are discussing the danger of entering the Destroy Black Star's mind. Walter decides to go on a mission to Tokyo to get an assassin named Raikou to help him get into the Black Star's mind. Sheldon doesn't like bringing her in. Grace says it's necessary.
She's not part of the gang.
Yeah, and she's an assassin. So we see Raikou. She's killing a group of gang members.
Why isn't this the whole show? Holy shit.
Yeah, this was
great.
fantastic, right?
Yes.
There's good parts of this show.
Yes.
Yes. She's killing a whole group of gang members with her swords. They have swords as well.
She can freeze time.
She's,
No big deal. Right?
She's psychic. She's psychic as
She
well.
freezes them,
Yeah.
so she can continue beating
Well,
people
no,
up.
that was, I think, she got frozen, and her brain got frozen by
Walter.
by her dad.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
What?
Yep. So he enters her mind, and she's his daughter, and she agrees to help for a very, very hefty
$1
sum
million.
of $1 million
Wow.
for an hour. She said $1 million per hour. So.
And he
Good
says
Lord.
yes. So what the hell happened to these guys, the money that these guys have? Because we spent 7 episodes talking about how broke they are.
Yeah. The next scene, we see Chloe and Brandon, who are mourning Jana's death. She's the superhero who just died by that one supervillain.
Right.
And then we see...
Because she held up the code
Yes.
Yep.
by not killing him.
Yeah, and he killed her, obviously. And then Grace did not kill him. So Grace and Sheldon start arguing about bringing in Walter's daughter. He's a dick like always, and she finally stands up to him. She tells him the code is broken, and he's absolutely stuck on sticking by it. She tells him that the code is to make sure people don't lose free will, but the code takes away free will from superheroes. It forces them to stick to something that they don't actually believe in. And he ends up, again, being a dick to her.
He just walks off.
Yeah. Petra...
Yeah, he's not a redeeming character.
Petra, who, reminder, she's Fitz's daughter. I don't remember her superhero name, but...
She also has glowy stuff come out of her body.
Yes. She goes and talks to Brandon about her deciding to leave the Union, and she doesn't believe in the code anymore. He shares some of his doubts and how he gets past them. He basically talks exactly like the Utopian to her. And then we see Walter visit Black Star and the real Black Star in his cell, and he talks about the dead dead fake Black Star, and he asks if Black Star is in contact with George. At one point, Walter loses his temper and psychically chokes Black Star, and this whole scene's showing that there's a bit of evil in Walter.
Right.
We see Raikou shows up to the hall, the headquarters, and tensions are very high. Walter goes into her mind, and they have a conversation trying to calm things down, and until Grace snaps them out of it. They end up all preparing to enter fake Black Star's mind, while Fitz and his daughter use their powers to reanimate the mind to give it some juice. They find a small pathway into the fake Black Star's brain. Eventually, Walter collapses, and Raikou has to keep the psychic link open so that Walter can get back out of the brain.
Yeah,
the
she's
mind.
like, he dies if I don't hold this open.
Exactly. So that's the present of episode 7. Then we go the past of episode 7.
Finally, a little bit happens here.
Yeah,
Yes.
finally.
Sheldon is telling Richard the truth about all the shit that he's been seeing. Richard's the one who they found floating in the ocean. And he tries to get him to go to the island with them. Eventually, Richard reluctantly decides to come along. So on the island, it's Sheldon, Grace, Walter, George, Fitz, and Richard. And they start walking into this giant jungle. They're getting very agitated by the hike. They find some strange symbols on a tree that match the visions that Sheldon's been having. They find the end of the jungle and see how far away the mountain is, and they have to cross this giant desert. So they try to turn back to go back to the boat, but trees start erupting from the ground and block their path.
It's like Lost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The island will not let them go back. It's forcing
like
them
shitty
forward.
Lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventually it starts snowing where they're standing because they're still standing in the same spot, so it's trying to force them to go into the desert. George and Walter and Sheldon all start arguing. Grace calms everybody down again. So they start walking through the desert, and they talk about why Sheldon was the one who received the visions, which, again, everything devolves into Walter and George arguing. They later discuss who would they like to see again if they could choose anyone. Fitz says his grandmother. Grace says her uncle. Richard says his best friend who died on the ship, which it kind of seems like it wasn't just best friend, but like his lover. Did you guys
Maybe
feel like that a little bit?
could be.
I don't know.
They didn't go all the way.
They didn't, but
Illusions.
So, who for his best friend? George says his mother, and Walter says no one. He lives in the present, not the past.
Walter says no one,
Yeah,
which is
like
another
a
clue
dick.
to like, whoa, this guy's super fucked up.
Yeah. And immediately a giant sandstorm forms up and engulfs them. And they link arms to stay together. They eventually make it out of the sandstorm into what looks to be a giant stone pillar maze that they have to cross. They first have to cross these very narrow ledges.
Very scary.
Sheldon...
This looks like, what's the Sands of Time game?
Tomb
Prince of
Raider?
Persia?
No, Prince of Persia. This looked like a level of Prince of Persia.
Yeah, that's fair.
Great game.
It was a good game.
Why is that not still around?
I don't know.
That's
Because
Because-
Jake Gyllenhaal made that movie.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I think the studio closed.
Oh, it might have. Yeah. Sheldon decides that this is a good time to talk to Walter about their relationship with their dad. Walter is obviously jealous of Sheldon because he overshadowed Walt his entire life.
I know we've been on a boat for a month. We could have discussed this, but I'm going to wait till we're on the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And eventually Walter breaks down and he says that their dad would still be alive if the two of them had listened to him about not expanding the company when they did. And then Walt almost falls, and there's a nice little moment they're kind of like embracing. But now they eventually get to some passageways through these giant stone pillars. They come upon an opening with some strange trees that have like their roots sticking out of the ground. In between the roots are artifacts from a bunch of different eras.
Yeah, clearly there have been people here before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought this was cool as well.
Yeah.
Like, this is like Last Crusade kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones.
Where they're getting tests and stuff like
there's
that.
Oh, people have tried to do this before and they've died because
Yeah.
they failed the tests. Like, I like this. And it's like Vikings and knights and other random people.
Yeah. So they come to they see that there's a wall, and Walt freaks out and he starts hitting the wall and he yells at Sheldon that it's over. And the wall immediately begins to grow higher into the air, and it encircles them as well. Richard then gets angry at Sheldon. Everybody starts fighting. Great. The sky clears for a little bit, and there's more light. Which causes Grace to notice that there are skeletons that are like in positions where it shows that they killed each other.
Died killing each other.
Yeah, and that everybody, all the skeletons are in groups of 6 and stuff like that. They notice that their group has done nothing but fight since they got on the island, and George and Sheldon touch the giant wall at the same time, which causes some lights to appear. So all the rest start putting their hands on the wall, but when Walt touches it,
Paul Pierce.
George is...
This guy pee himself? Is that what you're saying?
He'll be back.
Yeah, when Walt touches...
Or was it poop himself? I think
Poop.
it
No,
was
he
poop.
was
It was
hurt.
poop. Poop himself.
It was poop.
I'm pretty sure
it was
he-
poop. He pooped himself.
I think his hamstring fell out of his leg.
Paul Pierce
And they had to go put it back
pooped
in.
himself.
Paul Pierce pooped himself.
He's a hero.
So when Walt touches it, George's light goes out, and they decide that they have to get past their differences. So George's light turns back on, but Walt still doesn't come on, and Sheldon's light goes out. So they embrace each other, and they touch the wall, and all the lights are on now. And a portal opens up in the wall.
Where is this actually to Jupiter?
Giant light in the sky, or light in the wall that they walk
Jupiter, it
into.
looked like.
Yeah, because it was the
perhaps?
it was the red eye.
Titan, perhaps.
Yes.
The moon of Jupiter?
So they're on what looks to be one of the moons of Jupiter, and they see like this, for lack of better words, a tree made of lights which is floating above the ground.
I will say this before they get to Jupiter. When they're all touching, like the lights shoot up, and it's like kind of a cool scene.
Yeah.
That I thought two things. One, like, oh, this is cool looking. Two, in like 10 years, is this going to look trash? Like, is this going to be the thing we look at, like a movie from the 90s now and go like, oh, that looks awful.
Maybe. I like how the door, like the wall opened.
Yeah.
With a white light, and then there was the portal. That was cool. I mean, there's cool parts of the show.
It's just too long.
It's just too drawn out.
Like,
and it's only 8 episodes, so that's hard to say. Like, this is too drawn out.
This whole first season should have been like the first half of a season.
Well, that's
with whatever's supposed to happen in season 2.
We meet, in the past at least, we meet everybody in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Third episode, we're on the fucking island.
That's what it should be.
And the thing opens.
Yeah.
And then, like, the 4th episode is their fight, maybe, that we never get to see.
Yeah.
And then the last one is like some tie-in. Because they really didn't even do anything in the 8th episode.
I know we still got another one to go. My main takeaway from this series is 8 episodes seems like too much for a prologue.
Yes.
Like, I'm ready for the next season. Oh, there's not going to be.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was definitely leading up to, next season's going to be great. And then they cancel it.
Yeah.
Which they do. Netflix is terrible about this.
So they're on this different planet. They see a tree made of lights floating above the ground. They start walking towards it, and Sheldon sees his dead father again, but this time Walt sees him.
This time he's nice.
Yep. Fitz sees his grandmother, Grace sees her uncle, Richard sees his friend, George sees his mother, and they all say that the group has been found worthy, and we just see like this large... We go back to the ship. A large emittance of cosmic light comes off the island towards the ship. They start to turn around when a crew member notices in the sky just a group of 6 people flying in the air.
In their like uniforms already.
In uniforms floating.
Yes.
The end.
Yep, that's how the 7th episode ends.
So it's like, oh, awesome. We're going to get some cool setup and information about what the fuck this is.
Yep.
And why they have these powers. And why... Utopian has more powers than everybody else, and blah, blah, blah. Nope.
So,
no, we don't.
Episode 8 is called How It All Ends. It starts with Black Star is...
Oh, how appropriate.
Is sitting in his prison, and his cell opens all by itself, and then it goes back to the past. I'm going to go back and forth because, like I said before the show, there's only 2 parts of the past.
Quick question about Black Star. I'll try not to derail you too much.
Okay.
Wasn't he, like, kind of fucked up when he showed up the last time? He was, like, limping, and he had glasses, and, like... He wasn't in the best of shape, right, when they brought him into their union base or whatever, right?
No, because he had shackles on. He had shackles on.
Because he was shackled.
But he reads his books with reading glasses.
Yeah.
All right, so he's not actually... he was just chained.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go back to the past, and Sheldon is sitting in a diner, and he hears a radio program about him and his superhero friends. Walt joins them, and they talk about what's going on and
superhero shit.
Yep. And somehow, again, George and Walt are like, Walt doesn't like George. Like, that's the big takeaway is Walt doesn't like George.
He still doesn't agree with anything that he says.
Yeah. We go back to present, and we see Walt is inside fake Black Star's brain. And if it collapses, he's going to die. Then we go and we see Hutch and Chloe get in an argument about her being the Utopian's daughter and him being a criminal. Hutch then goes and gets into an argument with his crew about being with Chloe because he just told them. Then he goes to China after they all bail on him. Brandon shows up to the hall and talks to Sheldon about sacrifices and responsibility. And
oh my God.
Sky Fox.
If you shut the fuck up, I'll never kill anybody again.
And Sheldon says how Sky Fox abandoned them because of the code. Brandon talks about how he defended the code when Petra came and talked to him.
Because he believes it now?
I guess.
Why?
I don't know.
How is a bald guy going to win a foot race? That doesn't make
He's
any
the
sense.
world champion, though. He's the world
Really?
champion runner. Yeah, they said 2019 world champion.
But he's bald.
It's only
Any
it's
bald-
only a semifinal.
Bald men can do things too.
No, they can't. Bald men
You are bald.
worthless.
Bald men are worthless.
That's how I know.
The hair does not make the man.
I was gonna say, is he just shaved? And then no,
No.
he's
No,
bald.
he's bald.
Yeah, he's bald. Okay. Shit, where'd I go?
Brandon.
Petra shows up to tell them that the real Black Star has escaped from prison.
Right.
We go back and we see Hutch is sneaking into what looks to be like a super high-tech bank vault.
Again, another thing I thought was cool.
Yes.
Hide money in an airless room.
Yes.
Genius.
So he teleports into the
When
room,
they're superheroes, anyway.
which is vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
It
So
also
he,
means no sound for us talking.
He
Exactly.
can't make the
So-
stick work.
he tries to talk to get back out, and it doesn't work. Guards come in and they start fighting. Just when it's about to look like he's about to get beat, Chloe bursts in, breaking the vacuum, and she saves Hutch. I like when she got shot in the head. She's like, "Really, dude?"
Yeah.
Except that in Chinese, she says it to him.
Yeah, because she's that good.
So she breaks into the security box that he wanted. Then we go back to Walt is in trouble in fake Black Star's mind. Then Supermax facility is in lockdown. Sheldon and Brandon show up. They split up to look for Black Star. Walt is in the fake Black Star's mind, and he finds George there.
Sky Fox.
Sky Fox. So they start to fight. They're having fist fights. Grace asks, what was her name? Raikou, if she could put her in the mind with Walt, which I don't know how the fuck she would do that, but she did.
But she did it.
Yep.
Got to be a superhero. I think.
So, considering what we know happens at the end, this obviously was a fabrication.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually Sky Fox, right?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it was a fabrication.
Yeah.
So why did you allow yourself to get so beat up?
Well, he had to make
Gotta
it
look
look
at
real.
it.
You got to
Make it look
yeah.
like his heart rate was dropping or something?
Yeah. So then we go back to the Supermax. Black Star has Brandon in a headlock. He literally shows his jugular to Utopian saying, "You can shoot me with your eye lasers and you'll kill me, but then you'll lose everybody because you'll have broken your code. But if you don't kill me, I'm going to break his neck
gonna
and
kill
I'll
your
kill
son."
him."
How did that
Someone gonna die.
How did shitty Brendan get captured by this guy?
I don't know.
So
he,
easily.
He must have caught him by surprise.
I
He
assume.
must have, because we didn't actually see how it. Yeah.
Can we talk about this bald dude and how he? Well, he's not in this picture.
That's it.
This. Look at how matter of fact he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
It's only a semifinal, so it's,
But
he's not
everybody
gonna
else
put it
is
all
like
out there.
shaking with they're so tired they're shaking, and he just slowly chugged through and beat them all.
That's what the best do.
I guess.
What the best do. So George and Walt and Grace are all fighting in Black Star's mind.
Right.
But before that, it doesn't look like Utopian's gonna kill Black Star,
He does. He makes his eyes light up.
but we don't see him take the shot or anything
No.
like that because Petra hits Black Star from behind, and it causes Utopian to attack him. So they all get in a fist fight. So back in fake Black Star's mind, Grace is frozen because George used some kind of freezing ray on her.
Which again makes a lot of sense. What's his face?
Yeah,
Easily would just freeze her.
yeah.
But again, why not just get out then?
So then,
okay.
exactly, because George monologues about how he's now the bad guy, even though he was the one who believed in Sheldon all along, and without him, none of them would have superpowers.
Because we need that scene. Right?
Yeah. So he's beating up Walt a bit. Black Star's winning his fight versus Brandon and Sheldon until Brandon hears Sheldon's voice from the very first episode, which was saying that he's not worthy, he's not even gonna, he's not close to it. And of course, he goes berserk again. He's about to throw the fatal punch, but he stops himself, which shows that he has not broken the code. Boo.
But he's thinking about it.
Yep.
He almost did it.
He helps Sheldon to his feet, and Sheldon says he wasn't going to let him die, but Brandon walks away.
Because he definitely was going to let him die.
Without a doubt. Walt and Grace emerge from fake Black Star's mind somehow.
Yeah.
and say that it was Sky Fox.
Yep.
Grace wants to know the message that Sky Fox gave to Walt because he let us go. He must have given you a message.
Because he does say, fake Sky Fox says, I'll show you something that you can't stop from happening.
Yeah. So Walt shows her this picture of Sheldon and Brandon dead in the hall, and he says that Sky Fox is coming to kill all of them. Grace says she won't let that happen, and we end. Then we go to Hutch showing Chloe his secret lab where he's making a bunch of like tools and stuff, and he says that
we've seen these machines before.
Yeah, she asks if it's to kill her dad, and he says no, it's to find my dad.
Yeah. It's like, I thought this is where you kept your drugs. He's like, I just keep my drugs in the nightstand.
Another good movie. You shouldn't have told her that, though, because she's going to do them all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, after what we saw with her in the
right?
blue stuff? Oh, yeah. She's totally... Anyways, then they go back to the past, and we see all the supers joking around at their new headquarters.
Having a ball.
Yep. They talk about why they got their powers, and Walt says it's obviously to rule the world. And then everybody's like, oh. And he says that he was just joking. Sheldon says that they don't govern and they don't kill, and that's their code. They need to use their gifts to help the country get back on its feet because it's still after the 20s recession and they're still suffering and everything. So that's the end of the...
We've got some World War shit on the horizon.
Yeah. We go back to the present, and Walt and Raikou are talking at her place, and I think they're physically there, right?
No. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're physically there.
Is he physically there?
I know that they're going back and forth. They're definitely going back and forth between two different scenes here, where it's Walt talking to Raikou, and there's also a different scene of Walt talking to Sheldon, but they're mixed together.
Isn't he in both places at the same time?
I don't think so.
Based on what happens, I think he has to be there, but I don't really know.
Can he do that through mind?
So I think it's just like he kills Raikou.
It's just intercut.
It is pouring on them.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Oh, Jesus.
They're going to make them run, too.
I can't believe they're still running, yeah. So I think it's like that scene with Raikou happens first,
really
and then and then the scene with Sheldon happens after that.
Okay.
Anyways, so he wasn't around for her childhood, and she's obviously bitter about it. He starts to read her mind, and she says that she knows he was the one who cloned Black Star and just blamed Sky Fox for this.
Oh, shit. Good twist.
Even
though I think in the first episode I said,
you did.
This guy seems real evil.
You said, I bet he's gonna turn evil. Exactly. I tried because I didn't want to ruin it for you. I lied through my teeth so that you could maybe get some joy from this. But she also knows that he set the real Black Star free using some tech that looks like George would have used. And he did it while only Utopian and Brandon were able to fight because his aim was to split them up. He wants to make the Union unstable, which is going to cause new leadership in the Union.
Meaning him.
Yes. Then intercut with these scenes.
Or I feel like it could be Brandon with him pulling the strings.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Sure. He already kind of set that up a little bit.
We also see Sheldon and Walt talking about the growing divide between between Sheldon and Brandon, and Walt tells him that he can trust him. Then we go back and we see Raikou tells Walt that she doesn't care about the Union or America. She says she won't tell anybody about any of this if he gives her $50 million.
They're gonna make him hurtle in the rain. Oh my God!
This is dangerous. Like they should.
Somebody's going down.
They should not be hurt.
Well, somebody already false started themselves out of the match, out of the race. So
no,
it's only a semifinal.
I think they let her back in. Shouldn't she have in the back?
Yeah, because they don't they always set up the first lane, but they never use the
That's
first
true.
lane.
Yeah, you're right.
Dominant performance by this lady from Queens.
It's
kicking
early,
there.
But
she is clearing. Yeah, she was clearing the hurdles. You always when it's a hurdles 400, you look for who's clearing the hurdles at first, and that'll tell you who's actually in the lead.
Whew. She crushed.
53 seconds for running a 400 hurdles. Could you do a 400 at your best
Get a sandwich
under a minute?
No.
I can't get a sandwich from the fridge in 53 seconds if I'm in the kitchen. Jesus Christ. Okay.
So yeah, she won't talk for $50 million. He tells her she's a disappointment like everyone else.
Wow.
She tries to attack him, but he psychically stops her and he kills her.
He
so
kills
obviously,
his own daughter by slitting her throat.
Yep. Walt is obviously the real big bad guy. Big bad
And
evil.
I'm pretty
you would
sure.
think. We'll see where it goes in the next season.
I'm pretty sure the
Stop
next.
making me sad because I actually wanted a second season.
I'm pretty sure the second season would have been all about him.
Yeah, actually taking
he
over.
He fucked up George.
Oh yes,
And turned them against George. Without, yeah, 100%.
Did you mention it earlier where he had him like maybe George is in like his own mind locked away somewhere?
He's hidden
That's
somewhere.
that would be such a cool twist.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Also,
if
clearly Chloe is the next Utopian, the daughter, not Brandon.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if the stick, like the teleportation stick, was Walt being like, your dad wanted you to have this or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he did that too.
Yeah.
Instead of George.
Yeah, because like he makes it look like it was George's fault for killing Richard, and he takes the stick and gives it to the son.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something there maybe. Did we ever find out if it was a comic book? Like that had we could find out what the stories were? Or
It is based on something, yes.
It was?
Yeah. It was
It's
either
definitely
a comic
based on
book or graphic
something.
novel or something, but yes, it is.
Maybe we can read and you can
Because it says it at the beginning, like in the credits. I
you
think.
can do a book report for us, Wally, and tell us what happens.
It's called Millar's. Oh, I'm guessing. Oh, what's that? Kevin Millar? Mark Millar. Comic called The Magic Order.
The Magic Order.
Yeah.
There's definitely some seeds there. It feels like a comic book with all the talking,
Yeah.
for sure.
No, there's a Jupiter's Legacy American superhero comic book
Oh,
A series based on Millar's
by Mark Millar. Yeah, okay.
comic The Magic Order is also back in development after. Oh, that was. Huh.
huh. All right. Well, we'll never know.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll never know if Jupiter's Legacy will ascend to a.
But like it's got good moments
There's things
throughout
there.
the
There's
series.
nuggets that are good, but
Yeah, it's just it is a bit.
I'll tell
too
you, the
long.
guy who plays Walt is awesome. He's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, and
If he
Black Star, I liked him as
Yeah,
a villain. He's
right.
actually pretty good.
if Walt killed Utopian and at the end of the season, I would be more in.
That would have been
Like,
sweet.
and that part where it's like, I need help with my son. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna kill you.
Because like he can psychically stop someone from breathing.
Can't he just kill anybody he wants? Like
Yeah.
how? Why?
Because
why
he
does
did it
need
so easily with Black Star. Why
Yeah.
can't you just do that with the Utopian?
to kill your own daughter. My goodness,
Yeah,
what a terrible thing.
but
That would have been fun tension too, if like. he was like,
if he had to keep her around.
Okay, fine. I will give you $50 million, but and then it was like a touch and go situation. That could have been fun too. Anyway, do you want to do a top five?
I've got a top five
All right,
already.
go ahead.
Top 5 holy moly holes that I would most like to play. That I most like to play. This is not the holes that make me laugh the hardest, but these are the holes that I
Just
would most like to play.
Yeah. Okay.
So tied for number 5 is putt the plank and dragon putt. So putt the plank, you get to meet John Lovitz, and dragon putt, you get set on fire. And how cool
Right,
is that?
the fire thing. Yep.
Number 4 is franken putt, and that's when they electrically shock you if you miss a putt.
Right.
Huh.
Number 3 is go for it, which is basically riding an electronic mechanical bull, but it's a gopher.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Good one.
And then number 2 is diving range, because the first couple times I saw diving range, the people who did it looked so bad. I feel like I could do a better job than they
You'd have
did.
to dive.
Yeah, you'd have to. So what they do is they have 3 competitors. It's 2 actual competitors and this one guy who just keeps coming back and who's an actual diver.
Okay.
So he does these amazing dives perfectly.
Yes, and then they
Greg
score it. They
Louganis
score it.
and who's the other guy?
I don't remember, but 2 actual divers score it.
Yeah,
But
and they're like
they all suck.
Yeah,
obviously.
and they give the crappy people really good scores, and they give the actual diver
Like
2s,
perfect-
3s,
Oh,
0s.
yeah. Right.
And number 1 is obviously hole number 2.
Not Uranus?
No, because Uranus isn't that fun.
What's the porta
Uranus
potty?
makes me. Oh, if I ranked it on what makes me laugh the most, Uranus makes me laugh the
No,
most.
it's funny.
But yes, porta potties is hole number
What
2.
is-
That's hole number 2.
That's hole
Oh,
number
is that
2.
where you have
That's
to
one of
run
the
down
funny-
and they all open the door at the
Yes.
same time?
Yes, because I feel like there's a chance that I can make it down
No,
that.
because they don't open in order. They all open at the same time.
Yep, but
You don't have a chance.
I watched all of season 2
Somebody
and
made
season
it through.
3. There's been at least 2 people who've made it through.
Yeah, somebody definitely made it through.
But I would definitely.
I like how this has become an obsession for you now.
It's-
After you
yes.
came over here and saw it. Did you see it? You knew about it before, right?
I don't think I did.
No, you didn't even know anything about it. Oh, it's great. It's fun.
Yeah, I can't. I don't
Very
remember
fun.
it before that.
It's our like Saturday morning. Let's not watch cartoons that the kids like. Let's put this on.
Yeah.
Because people get hurt, and it's funny. Not really hurt, but people, fall down. And people falling down is a kid's favorite thing.
Some of the wipeouts are just the best.
Floor is Lava, another favorite in
That's
this
a good
house.
one. That's a good one.
You should do. Did
People
you do
falling
the
down.
big balls and all that? What show was that?
Wipeout?
Wipeout? No, we
That's a
haven't
good
done
one.
that yet.
There's some good. The
That
big
would-
balls one, they get like folded in half sometimes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like
Somebody died on Wipeout, didn't they?
I think
No.
something happened. I
What?
think like a heart thing. I don't think it was like they broke their neck or something.
Oh,
No.
Wipeout
Something-
death is a
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
somebody died on Wipeout.
collapse during a taking.
If
Died
you-
from a heart attack.
Yeah.
If you watch Wipeout, though, you got to watch John Cena.
He was also
problem.
38 years
Not
old.
the old ones. The old ones is
The old
Miz,
one still doesn't have it. Right. Miz.
which I don't
Although
know.
John Cena, Nicole Byer. Fair trade-off, right?
For what?
Nicole Byer is very funny. On Wipeout.
They replaced her with John Cena.
No, it's her and Cena.
Who is this person?
Nicole Byer
Who's
nailed
Nicole
it from.
Byer?
You ever seen Nailed It on Netflix?
What
Where
is
they
it?
have to bake and they're
Yes,
terrible bakers.
I've
that's
heard of
fucking
it.
and
hilarious.
she's
oh,
the host.
that's Nicole Byer.
Yes,
I love her.
She is
She's
very
hilarious.
funny. Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
You should watch Nailed It. You would like it because you like cooking shows. And
I
it's
do like
people
cooking
who are
shows.
terrible at cooking.
The
I feel
last
like I'd be
time
annoyed by it then,
I
but
saw
maybe.
Wipeout, they had the 2 like commentators like Tessitore and Riggle,
Same concept, but
and
now
then
it's,
one person down on the field
it's
talking
the
to
same thing, but
Wipeout.
it's Cena and Nicole Byer now are the commentators. I'm pretty sure.
It had been Miz and some other
It was
woman.
Miz and somebody
Wow,
else.
it must have
before.
been. It must have been a while since I've watched it.
I think it was last year. Was the first time.
Riggle is so funny though.
He
Riggle
makes a
is
show.
so funny.
All right, a couple more quick hitters before we get out of here. Tanahashi showed up in video form on Dynamite, breaking
Okay.
down the wall a little more, saying, "I want that U.S. title. I haven't had that before, and I
That'd be
want it."
something.
Speaking of the
But
U.S.
he
title,
wants the New Japan U.S. title, right?
yes, the new
which is
Japan.
held by.
Now Lance Archer, who beat
Oh,
John
right.
Moxley,
Right.
and in a Texas death match or Texas street fight, something like that, Moxley was all pissed off in the back, and he's like, "I'm calling somebody, a top New Japan star, out for All Out." So he's gonna fight somebody. I assume Okada, probably,
That'd be fun.
or maybe Naito makes more sense because they have a similar like crazy
I
style.
could see that. Yeah.
And Ibushi's out with what does he have? Pneumonia. Ibushi can't wrestle because he has pneumonia.
Yikes.
So Moxley's gonna face somebody cool at All Out. I'm excited for that. A guy I really like, the former Aiden English, is now in Impact as Drama King Matt.
Okay, so he's Drama King again.
Yep, he's
gonna
Drama
start
King
singing
Matt.
again.
I like it. I like this guy a lot.
He's okay. I don't hate him.
very solid wrestler. Did some funny ass shit.
He was decent on commentary a couple times too.
Did some nice commentary work. Was very fucking funny with Rusev Day.
He looks familiar.
He was in the Vaudevillains.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be it.
Uh,
Because he kind of looks a little bit like Cesaro.
yeah, he does kind of. He's like a wiry, strong man.
Yeah.
He has a very fun YouTube channel about whiskey called Wrestling with Whiskey. It's very fun. Dakota Kai turned on Raquel Gonzalez. We've been talking about it forever, and she finally did it.
That's good, but I feel like it should have been the other way. And then you get the Dakota Kai babyface run.
Raquel's been facing it up, being a face ever since she won, basically.
Really interesting.
Well, not a full face, but starting to be a face, like subtly doing face
Because
things.
don't get me wrong, Dakota is excellent as a heel, and she's like the Adam Cole though. Like oh, I could beat her up. Like, look how small she is, type
Yeah.
of heel.
Mhm.
But I don't know. That seems odd to me. Plus, you could give her a heck of a babyface run if you
Someday
if you were
she
able
will
to
have.
turn it.
If they could do it naturally, someday she'll have a massive
Yeah.
run. Hiromu Takahashi is going to be back from injury.
Yay!
That's good.
One of our favorites. Thunder Rosa fully signed with AEW, no longer with NWA at all.
Too bad for her career, but all right. Get that money, Thunder.
Well,
Thunder.
maybe this will
Love it.
give some life to that AEW women's division.
I mean, she
Definitely
has.
helps.
She most certainly has done that, accomplished that goal for them, and now she's fully signed and out of AEW or out of NWA, which sucks for NWA because she was like the best thing on that show.
yeah.
Is it still a thing?
Power?
It is. It's not Power anymore. It's like something on Fight TV, and they've lost so many people. It's just like a bastard version of what it was. David Arquette. We've talked about this guy. He's back in wrestling, sort of. He played Family Feud with a bunch of wrestlers.
Which
it was him, Dalton Castle,
Okay.
who's from here,
Yeah.
RJ City, who he wrestled in the doc.
RJ City, who also taught Andre the Giant
Yeah,
to only cover one nipple.
right. And
Told
also
Hulk
taught
Hogan that he should only just sit on a guy's face, basically, for finisher, and then created the Suck It for DX.
created Suck It for DX. We need a good gesture. Just point at your dick.
Just point at your penis. Well, you mean like this?
No, not like
Not
that.
present it.
It's a little pizzazz with it. RJ City is very funny. It's his series on YouTube called, was it Great Moments in Wrestling History?
Something like that,
But
yeah.
it's his, like...
It's him
his-
just taking credit
his-
for everything?
Yeah, him
Okay.
basically taking credit for giving everybody every idea.
All
which
right,
is
I
very
like
funny.
that. That's pretty good.
So David Arquette played Family Feud. If you're up, Bill, I assume that's what you're going to pick.
Oh, I'm up.
I
You
don't know
are
if
up.
you are. I
You
think you
are
are.
Oh, well, then we might be watching that.
PWG returned. Mystery Vortex 7 happened officially. Some good matches on there, I assume. But at the end of the night, the lights went out, and Super Dragon beat somebody up. So Super Dragon back for the
He's
first time
one of
in.
the original PWG.
Yeah,
people?
he's the owner, one of the owners.
And he hasn't wrestled in a long time, though,
I
right?
think he's been off, not around for like 7 years or something like that. It's been a long time. So he naturally showed up on their big return
Okay.
and curb stomped somebody, or went to curb
Is he a
stomp
bad guy?
somebody. He's evil. Then the lights went out, and then the lights came back on, and Tommy End was there.
As Tommy
As
End or
Tommy
Malachi
End.
Black. Or
No,
whatever?
as Tommy End. So
Excellent.
Tommy End was there to face off a Super Dragon, so I assume they're going to have a match.
Arquette also had Peter Avalon and Jungle Boy.
All right.
Oh, that's right, because Peter Avalon was PPA.
His trainer.
He was on his PPA, though. Like, even
Pretty
on Family
Peter?
Feud, he was on Family Feud. He was pretty Peter Avalon.
I listened to an interview with Peter Avalon a couple weeks ago. That was AEW interviews their people every week, and he was the one a couple weeks ago.
The picture I'm seeing, he's got the WCW championship belt with him.
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he held it up. I think when they won. I want to say. Anyway, Peter Avalon. They were interviewing him, talking about David. Like, you helped train David Arquette, and I was like, "Yep." He came to the wrestling school I train at, and I helped him train every day. Then I went to his house, and then he's like, "They're like, so what the hell? Oh no,
he sprintered down, and she was actually doing okay.
She could have challenged for that third spot. Yeah. Oh, no,
no.
only two.
Two, and then
two
some
from
bonus
semifinals.
people.
Oh no, we need a replay of that.
Yeah, it was just her clipping the front of the
She's down.
with her lead foot, I'm pretty sure.
Anyway, so Peter Avalon said, they said, so what the hell happened with the Nick Gage thing? And he goes, honestly, I went out of town for a booking. I got a call from David. He said, I'm going to wherever it is, Atlantic City. I'm doing a match with Nick Gage. And he's like, when? He's like, this weekend. He's like, okay. And he hung up the phone. He's like, I immediately had, like, I'm not sure he should be doing this. He's like, if I was there, I at least would have went with him to make sure, like, somebody was there to watch his back.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it was bad. And I probably would have said, just don't do it. You don't need to do it. And tried to talk him out of it. So,
Show the crash, damn it.
yeah, when is this replay coming in?
This is post crash.
Yeah.
This is post-crash. Come on. I can't believe they're making him run in this shit.
I like how the seats in the background are different
yeah.
colors. That way it looks like there's people.
Yeah, they're all fake dressed. Anyway,
Oh, here it
Bill.
is. Here it is. Here it is.
Okay. Is this the fall?
Way in the outside, lead foot. Yep.
Oh!
She just was never close on that one.
Ow.
It's not a good feeling, I'm sure.
No.
I think it hurts more when it's wet too.
It's gotta.
Probably.
They haven't
There's
showed her at
more
all.
likely to slide a little more.
They haven't showed her at all since she fell. Was that a DQ? Did she DQ?
She DQ'd herself, yeah.
All right, Bill.
Yay, America.
You're supposed to have a
All right.
review. Do you
Yes.
have one pick?
So we're either going to watch David Arquette on Family Feud, or we're going to watch a movie, or we're going to play Royal Rumble, because I am not prepared.
Okay.
You're down to 52% there, Bill. That's not that
Wow.
good.
Still like 6
Miles
times
ahead.
above you.
Miles ahead of Wally.
Do you have a pen, by the way?
Not over here, but over there I do.
I knew purple one. Does purple matter?
No, I don't care.
This isn't a medal, is it?
No, I have to mark off for my
61st beer?
Yeah.
All right, I would say
If I can find a different Family Feud I've been looking for years, then definitely that.
no.
But
Ugh, how bad is this movie? Let's play Royal Rumble.
we'll see what I come up with.
Okay.
Oh, really? We're going to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Ross.
We might play
Cockrell's
Royal
sister.
Rumble. That would be the easiest. But
That would be easy. I would take it.
it was fun last time.
It was fun. Leg drop off the top rope, finishing move in a Royal
Oh, yeah.
Rumble.
Foot,
You know?
Figure 4 off the top rope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Sorry. Figure 4 off the top.
That game is so ridiculous.
Okay. That's it. This one's done.
Who won that last time? Was it me?
No, you beat me in the thing.
In the one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You beat Bill in Royal Rumble.
Did he
Sure.
win the first one too? The
No,
one
Bill won Royal Rumble
on the show.
on the show
Okay.
here? Yes.
because you did the figure 4 off the top rope.
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
So you won. I, of course, came in last because it's a board game. That's what I do. All right. Episode's done. We will see you next week. Peace out.
See ya.